I've never been married or engaged, and as I get older, I'm less motivated to connect with any woman, even if she claims to be in a relationship. I'll be approaching 63 in a few months, and I take 3 to 8 red pills every day to help me avoid having any romantic feelings. Of course, a woman doesn't actually need to be alone. She can go out and meet men without any trouble. However, she wants the guy who is the cutest she has ever seen. This is just a case of hypergaming. She is hoping that there is a matchmaker out there who can actually introduce her to a man who is outside of her social circle. The only places you could actually meet people before the advent of the internet were at work, school, or social gatherings that you essentially had to be invited to. This song is just about women venting their frustrations about the lack of good men in their lives, even in the 1950s, as their expectations seem to be too high. For the remainder of this video, I'm going to rant about why women get upset when men go their own way or become confirmed back. When it comes to other people's actions and thoughts, especially women trying to control me and weasel their way into my life, I find myself increasingly only interacting with women in settings where they have to be well behaved, such as work environments and professional settings, when you're dealing with a female cashier, sales associate, waitress, or any other hospitality job, when you're interacting with a female cashier, sales associate, waitress, or any other hospitality job. Women despise bachelors because our money is untouchable if a woman hooks you. As for the title, it's fairly obvious why it occurs. It usually has to do with the notion that misery loves company, and the idea of a man doing whatever he wants in life makes them miserable. Because a single man is a free slave, they are taught that men are their servants from a young age, so when they see one of us deviating from that social script, they actually feign out. If they can't use that to colonize your space, they're out of luck. All of those male resources are right there, but they're out of reach. They're like a pirate's treasure that can't be found because the man won't give them the map to his heart. Bachelor's taxes have a long history. Men have to pay them because women have colonized male spaces with their sexuality. I think men did their own thing as bachelors and went their separate ways because they could talk about female nature and male-oriented and segregated spaces. They could talk about how awful living with a woman was with a man whose wife ran off, so many men realized it was better to stay single than go through what that poor soul went through. Other men like Tesla and Newton stayed single because they were too busy with other things in the world as a confirmed bachelor, I assume. When women developed the term patriarchy, they meant that spending time alone thinking, producing, and writing is where creativity originates. By restricting a man's time alone, they hinder his potential to produce new ideas and convey those thoughts. Albert Einstein became a temporary bachelor while working on the theory of relativity. He desired to be married, but still be able to concentrate on his work in isolation, so his wife would deliver his meals to his study each day and leave him in peace. Over time, however, I believe she lost her cool because she had no man to nag because he was too busy working on relativity. It's no accident that feminism and systemic oppression of men in the West are getting worse as men gain access to things like adult content, and now personal online spaces to discuss MGTOW. We're trying to create a vacuum virtual space of male energy and ideas, and attempts are being made by society to block its continued existence. Women are like air jaws striving to equalize the pressure of the world. If we could use technology to create a large-scale vacuum against kinocentric